closer. Yo, Duke, I know you from Yay High, nigga. I know your mom. Nigga, we been together before you got your clout and blew up. We was friends.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know my slogan. I don't know it all, but I know what I've been through. Now, today I came to touch on this subject, man. This OMB JAYDEE versus Fivio, and I find this interesting because these guys were very close friends. If you're familiar with the Brooklyn drill scene, you know that these two guys was very prevalent. Like when it came to the whole OMB JAYDEE, when you seen JAYDEE, you seen Fivio. When you heard them on the track, they was always together. And they actually did good songs together. And it's always interesting when two friends fall out, whether it's over money, whether it's over fame, music, whatever the cause is, man. It's interesting because first, you know, somebody's gonna spill some type of tea amongst, you know, one another. They gonna tell us a few things that we don't know. And like I said, man, JAYDEE, I'm kind of leaning towards his side. I know some of y'all like, oh, how you gonna lean towards him? He's cloud chasing. Nah, but I'm gonna break it down why, you know, in a little bit. It seems like Fivio, man. First of all, it seems like Brooklyn been on fire, period. Between CJ being exposed from stealing Busy Banks' flow, and when it comes to my opinion on that, I was going to do a video, but somebody did a video on it that was just flawless. It made no sense. And even trying to do a video because they pointed out how he stole the flow, which songs he stole the flow from. So it is what it is. Now, excuse me, y'all. Like I said, Brooklyn been on fire. Now, Fivio, first of all, he just got arrested not too long ago. So with all this going on, then him getting arrested, and then the whole situation with the girl, like he been in the tabloids for a lot. He been in the media for a lot lately, back to back to back, and it is I don't know. Now when it comes to him and OMB JAYDEE, all this stemmed from the Fivio song "Self Made" that he just recently dropped. It was a line in like the beginning of the song, like point blank, right in the beginning, where he said this quote, "They saying they made me, they make another one." End quote. Now some people saying that Fivio wasn't speaking on JAYDEE. They saying that JAYDEE just jumping out the window for clout. And how JAYDEE nipped that in the bud. He was doing an interview with I forgot the guy's name, but he was doing an interview on live. Not so much as an interview, it's just this new trend where these guys, they going on live and they speaking with each other and they just voicing how they feel about one another. So it's not an interview no more. Like it's just dudes getting on live and venting. But he said that pretty much him and Fivio argued privately, and he pretty much told Fivio to his face that, yo, I made you. So a lot of us that don't know what's going on, we probably think he's just clout chasing for thinking that he's talking about him. But JAYDEE like, nah, hold on. I know for a fact he's talking about me because I said it to him in a private argument that, you know, the public just won't know. And not to mention, there was like in their disagreement before this altercation they had before this one, JAYDEE would go on interviews saying that he made Fivio anyway. So at the end of the day, it's pretty much clear that he was talking about JAYDEE. The only thing that's confusing is that I thought they made up. Like, this is the second altercation between Fivio and JAYDEE. So, like I said, man, he's supposed to squash it. I don't know. It could be, you know, it could be a number of things. What's his name? Upperclass, BMG Upperclass. Shouts to him. He pointed out, like, yo, he asked when he was talking to Drizzy Juliano, shouts out to him too. He pointed out that, yo, do you think it could be the drugs? Because sometimes, first of all, you know, these guys pop perks, they drink heavy Hennessy, all that. So, you know, a lot of these guys, their mind state don't be in the right, you know, in the right place. And it could be like that when they making these songs, and it could also be the people around them hyping it up. So a lot of the times it don't necessarily be the person that's saying it, but it could be the people around him that's making, instigating situations to go further. Now that's how I see it with these two, because JD is saying like, yo, listen. Now even his pops, G5 Reels, his pops is saying, yo, listen, the beef was there. We had squashed the beef, whatever beef we had, it was done and over with. And it wasn't so much as a beef because these guys were best friends. Like, I don't know about best friends, but the persona they gave off, the whole image and perception that they gave off a couple years ago, it was like, yin and yang. They did songs together, you couldn't get them apart. But, however, JD and his father said that they cleared it up. So it was no back and forth. Like, they pretty much squashed and it was dead. Nobody was saying nothing. Like, a couple things was going on behind the scenes, but that was it. They wasn't doing nothing, on internet. But then, Fivio came out with this song, Self-Made, and he said what he said in the first line of the song. Now, to be honest, I always understood JD's frustration. Like, and this is personally speaking. So anybody in the comments or any of our Fivio fans, listen, I'm speaking from opinion based. I'm speaking on how I feel. I'm speaking on how I will personally deal with the situation. Now, I said I understood JD's frustration because I personally think Fivio could have did more for JD. And specifically because, to be honest, Fivio was riding JD like his wave at one point. To me, I could be wrong. Y'all let me know in the comment section if I'm wrong. But like, JD was the one that was really buzzing. If you knew, like, when it came to a JD song and it was featuring Fivio, nobody was really checking for Fivio. Everybody was checking for JD verse, because JD was JD. So it's like JD was really the one buzzing, right? And no one knew of Fivio, but JD's name carried the track to make you listen to the whole track, and you might have got like a dose of Fivio. You're like, matter of fact, I like Homeboy. Like, who's that? Oh, that's Fivio. I don't know what that is, but I rock with him. Now, like I said, they had songs together like Blicky in a Box, which got 6.8 million views and was shot 3 years ago. They got the Gimme That song that's together. They did 1.8 million views on that. It was shot about 3 years ago as well. And now when it comes to like the biggest success track to me, if you ask me, the biggest success came when JD and Fivio did a remix to Welcome to the Party, Pop Smoke, which got 2.9 million views on YouTube. And it was really JD who everyone was checking for on that track, man. It was shot a year ago. But the problem is, I think he couldn't capitalize off that record because he shortly was arrested. Like, right after that song came out, he had a whole situation where he got arrested, and then he got charged with that charge, which I'm not going to say because that's a serious allegation. And he hasn't been I don't think he's been charged for it. I don't know. But that's a serious allegation. I'm not going to say. But anyway, after he got arrested, pretty much that left, Fivio the next to go and the next one to capitalize off it. And what happened was, right after that, boom, he came out with Big Drip, and that joint violated the streets. So sometimes that's how it happened, man. It's like, everybody get their turn or whatever the case may be. I'm not hating on Fivio at all. Like I said, I feel he could have did more. Now, as far as a lot of people thinking that Fivio bailed JD out of jail, that wasn't the case. And if it was the case, what took him so long? JD was sitting for a minute before he actually got bailed out or bonded out. But like I said, that came from Fivio contributing to the bail, but he didn't bail him out. And his father, JD's father, G5 Reels, he confirmed it. Like, yo, listen, nah, I'm not going to say Fivio didn't do nothing for him, but at the same time, he didn't pay his whole bail. It was a collective effort. We all put in some money, and then Fivio put in some, and then boom, we got him out. That's a little misconception that a lot of people that really don't know what's going on got, misconstrued. They think, oh, how can JD feel like this towards Fivio when Fivio the one that bailed him out? No, he contributed, but that's another thing. Just because somebody do something for you, that don't mean that they supposed to feel captive to you all they like. Or nah, it don't work like that. You see what I'm saying? Just because you did this little one thing don't mean you could talk to me however way you want, say whatever you want, do whatever you want. It don't work like that. And then that's why you gotta watch out for a lot of people because they feel that when they do favors or they do something for you, it's a secret motive behind it. They'll bring it up in an argument or whatever the case may be. You got to watch that. That's why I don't take favors a lot from people. And like I said, these two guys, what I don't get, right, which is a little confusing to me, like I said earlier, these two guys had a little disagreement before, but they got over it. And I was watching the interview with BMG Upper Class and G5 Rails, which is JD father once again. He said, like, yo, they squashed it. Everything was squashed, you know. I told them stop doing the internet stuff. They stopped, and that was it. But now, for some reason, Fivio went and did the song Self-Made and then said what he said. And everybody that really know what's up or really know who's, you know, what's what, they knew who Fivio was talking about. And then at the end of the day, you can listen to that Fivio track and you know that he's speaking to somebody directly. So I know JD was in that video with Fivio and King Von, I Am What I Am. Even after that whole situation was, so it's like, yo, I thought they patched it up. And this is why I go back to say, man, maybe it was the drugs. Maybe it's the drugs. Maybe, who knows? Maybe he wasn't in his right mind, like his right state, mind state. But it's weird because it's like, yo, why do that? If we supposed to be mans and we squash the beef, why do that? That's like some slick suckerness. And then Drizzy Juliano, when he went on live with BMG Upper Class, he said it's a lot of times he got to check Fivio for doing sucker stuff. I ain't going, you know, I can't really say what I want to say because of YouTube, but he says a lot of times that he got to check Fivio because Fivio be doing underhanded things. He'll probably promise you that he gonna do this, look out and do this and do that, and then he don't do it. He don't come through. That's suckerness, if you ask me. And in that little live that BMG had with G5 Rails, he actually made a good point when he said, yo, it be the comment section that be fueling these beefs. And I stated that in one of these videos, like in the beginning of this whole YouTube stuff, when I was speaking on these rappers and how they handle this whole IG live, it do be the comment section. It be these, when they go live and they see people, the fans talking about certain things in the comments, they feel that they got to comment on it, man. And I feel it's because these artists don't be having sense enough to realize that these weirdos that's in the comments, they just want to see some type of drama. Because the thing is, I'm going to tell you right now, when something happened to you, them same widows that was in the comments, all they going to say is RIP and then move on and keep going with their life. Mind you, guess what? You out of here. And at some point, Fivio got to sit back and take a look at himself, because it's not just JD who's saying what he's saying about Fivio. It's a few people who were close to him at one point saying the same thing. But JD is like the most boisterous and the ones that we know. I seen Drizzy Juliano, like I said, also saying similar things about Fivio, and they were best friends. He went on to say, like, yo, I know his moms. We were that cool. So like I said, man, he said he always, like, when Fivio do sucker things, he always checking him about himself. And he also stated that since he got clout, he's been hanging around new guys. And he also mentioned that people who we thought was his day ones, like T-Dot, Young Costamato, Sosa Geek, he was saying that they actually knew friends and they came around when the clout came. And that brings me to my next point. Let me say this. Those kind of moves could be dangerous. When you start befriending people who you just met along the way once you got your clout that you don't really know, that's how you easily get snaked out. Because you allowing these same guys you barely know into your circle, into your life. You putting them on to your everyday moves. They know your family, they know where they stay. They know everything about you, but you don't know their real intentions. In which this is how a lot of these rappers get killed and be wondering who or how it came about, and it really be their own friends. So like I said, with this whole OMB JAYDEE and whole Fivio thing, man, I hope they get around it, because they was friends first. It's not like they was enemies the whole time. They was actually friends, like before the rap stuff, before the clout. And I feel like, and that's like the detrimental part about New York artists. We don't want to help each other. Meanwhile, you look at Detroit, you look at Atlanta. I can't even say Atlanta no more, because Atlanta a lot of people don't know Atlanta is not the same Atlanta it used to be. This is a little off subject, but Atlanta is not the same Atlanta it used to be. Everybody's warring with each other right now. You got a few guys that was around from back in the days when it was all brotherly love and they was all like encouraging each other. But other than that, this new generation Atlanta, nah. It's crazy. Right now, the only people I can say that's really holding it tight for each other as a collective group is Detroit. They holding it down right now. Each one teach one out there. They got the biggest artists doing songs with the smallest artists. But it's not like that. It's like, yo, let's get this money. That's how they see it. And that's from the outside looking in, that's how it look like to me. Now, of course, like everywhere you go, there's going to be some type of drama. But at the end of the day, the real ones who's really out there, they all together and they making each other grow. They all doing features with each other. They sharing each other's fan bases. That's how you do it, man. I feel that's a problem with New York artists. And it will forever be a problem within New York because it's just us. It's no even changing that. It's just us. So like I said, man, I hope these guys get over it. At some point, Fivio gotta take a look in the mirror at himself and see why all these people are saying the same thing. Like, it'll be one thing if it's one person saying it, but once it's 2, 3, you gotta start looking at yourself like, yo, maybe it is me. And as a man that takes accountability, that'll take you a long way. Once you start taking accountability for your actions, like, yo, maybe I was wrong on this one. You know what? Let's man this up. First of all, both of these dudes are crip or whatever. So at the end of the day, there's certain codes that they can't violate anyway. They could be arch enemies. And which is weird because, like I said, they both in the same game. They both was like best friends, OMB JAYDEE and Fivio. It's like, yo, are y'all going to fight? Are you going to just, y'all might as well just fight and get it over with. Get it out your system. Whatever it is, get it out your system. You ain't got to kill each other. You ain't got to shoot no guns at each other. Fight, get it out your system, and move on. Simple. So like I said, man, I don't know. I hope these guys will get over it. I don't see it going anywhere further. Because if it was going to, it would have been went further a long time ago. It's just drama bullcrap that they both need to get over, man. If not, fight each other. I mean, let me know how y'all feel about this, man. Brooklyn's on fire. It is what it is, man. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. And remember, as long as you keep on watching, I'm going to keep on dropping. And I'm out.